going on, guys? It's Sean or Mustang09 bringing you a new car review today. Today we are at my buddy Justin's car. It's actually his dad, but I think they share pretty evenly. It's a 2008 Audi R8. It is not the V10 version, it is the V8. However, it has still been fun to drive. These cars, if you don't know, are all-wheel drive. It's the Audi Quattro system, and I read online that this car puts 70% of the power down to the rear and 30 to the front. So that's the distribution between the front and rear all-wheel drive feature. I will say it's different driving an all-wheel drive car than it is a rear-wheel drive car. You definitely feel it in the turns. When you're steering it around through town, I think it takes a little more leverage through your arms. Kind of like the old cars in the day when you didn't have power steering. There's still power steering, but it just feels a little tough. It's been fun driving it on the back roads, on the twists and curves. Currently we're in just straight automatic mode, so put it over in A and you just press the gas and go. You don't have to worry about the paddle shifters or the manumatic and down here in the shifter. So if you watch my previous videos, it's a pet peeve of mine, manumatic. This car is a mid-engine car, so the engine is not up front. It's kind of behind us right here, and you can't really, I was surprised because I thought, man, the mid-engine car, you're going to be able to hear it. It's going to be loud, like it's right by you instead of in front of you, but really you can't. It's no different. You can't really hear it that much. I think it still has factory exhaust on the car, so it's not super loud, but when you get on it, you can definitely hear the tone of the exhaust. As you would expect in an Audi, it's got plenty of features coming on the inside. Everything is done pretty much electronically, as cars are nowadays. You come in here and you can push a couple of buttons and you can fine tune the suspension. So you've got a sport mode for the suspension, and you also have a sport mode basically for the entire car. So the way the transmission is going to shift, the way the engine's going to react, it's going to let the RPM stay up higher through the shift. So you have power all the way through the gears and you're never dropping off. Right now we're just kind of in, I guess you would say, A to B mode, where it's you just put it in gear and go. And it's been interesting. The transmission in this car is different. It's not like you would expect out of a normal automatic. It does this thing where it rev matches itself. I don't know if that's accurate. It's just kind of what I'm feeling as I'm driving it. When you get going, it kind of gives you this little, almost like a lurch, but not too bad. And I understand why it's doing it, but when it's slow, it's way more pronounced than it is when you're actually driving at speed. It definitely has this go, 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 go. It's going to shift, and then it shifts. Another interesting note is seeing this car in person. It looks like it sits super low. And I recently just rode in a Corvette, and that car sits low. And I figured, you know, this car's kind of low like a Corvette is. This car's going to sit low. And really, you may be sitting low, but when you're in the driver's seat, it doesn't feel like it. I guess because the low swooping hood line up front, but you just kind of have this huge open view of the road. The windshield's massive. Just driving the car, the gas pedal is actually very responsive, as it should be. This is a performance car. I have the feeling that I'm in a race car, being that the way you look out and you see everything, it's just a wide field of view so that you can see if you were to be racing, whoever's beside you, if they're trying to pass or you're trying to pass somebody, you have a good view. But back to the pedals. Braking is nice. It's strong, but not too bad. It's not too grippy. It's kind of just a normal brake pedal, but that you know is going to stop the car, which kind of seems redundant. But when you get into cars like these, you have like one of three things. One, it's way too grippy and it jolts you. One, it's a little soft and squishy, but this one's right in the middle. This one is firm but not jumpy, and I like that. If you look out the side mirror or the side window when I'm driving these cars and I'm testing them, that I usually take the same route, and I do that for a couple of reasons. One, I know the road and I know it's smooth and I know where it goes to. But two, it gives me a starting line that I can get used to the car and get a feel for the car, and then I can come up here and make a U-turn and then turn the car around and actually drive the car and get a real feel for what the car can do, how it can perform. And so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to whip this thing around, and we're actually going to put it in the manual mode, where we're going to use the paddle shifters and maybe the manumatic shifter down here and see what all the car's got. Now that we've driven the car a little bit, just under normal circumstances, just as you would stick the key in the car and put it in drive and go, We are now going to switch it over. We are in the manual mode where we can now utilize the paddle shifters and the shifter itself for a manual shift. We got a straightaway here. Cool little Miata, bro. Or let's go 1 more to 3. We're at 4,000 RPMs. That was fun. Get it up into 6th, slow down a little bit. That's pretty exciting. So the exhaust definitely roars a little more when you get on it. Another cool feature is the spoiler is an active Aero spoiler. So when you hit around 80 miles an hour, that thing will kick up, or there's a button inside you can push and it'll go up on its own. So you should get some cool footage from that. I put the GoPro back there. Hopefully it turned out good and you guys enjoy it. This car belongs to my friend Justin's dad, and it originally came from the factory with a white paint job, which I really prefer. I really like the white paint on the Audi. But I also can enjoy this bright orange that he's got going on with this vinyl wrap. It was installed by 360 Wrap, so they're a local company. Awesome guys. You've seen some of their work on TV, and they're pretty cool. So they did a really good job on the wrap, and he did it orange just for the pure fact of he wanted to stand out a little bit, something different for him. He's normally had like white or black cars, and so he wanted to mix it up and do something that was a little bit different. You know, it's fun to do things different every now and then. And also he did a black on the roof once he got these Forgiato wheels. So the wheels are Forgiatos, and they are 20 by 12 in the rear, and I believe they're 20 by 10 in the front. And with those wheels, he has them wrapped in Nitto Invo tires. Some cars I have a hard time squeezing in. This car, not a problem at all. I actually feel very comfortable. I feel that when you're in this car, you want to be at attention. You want to be driving and focusing on the road. So I apologize if I haven't been looking at the camera too much, because to be honest, this is a really nice car and I don't want anything to happen to it. And secondly, I just feel like it commands all of your attention. I really do like the steering wheel, and for some reason I can't think of it right now, but I'm having a hard time figuring out what you call this one. It's the one that's round all the way to the top and flat on the bottom. Whatever that one is, I know you guys will correct me in the comments, so feel free to do so. If you really enjoy this vehicle, just know that it's for sale, so you can buy it for a low price, $80,000. If you actually do have anybody that's interested and does want to purchase the vehicle, feel free to shoot me an email. There will be a link in the description below, and I will put you in contact with the seller. It's so awesome driving it, because when you pass people, like today's a beautiful day out. This back road is infamous for having motorcycle riders on it, and you're just like this orange blur that goes by, and you break necks like crazy. Everybody is neck snapping, and they want to see what it is. They don't know what it is. You stop at the gas station, and everybody's like, "Oh, what is that? What kind of car is that? That's a cool car. I really like the color." And I think the orange is doing its job. It's standing out. People like it. I like it. It's kind of fun to be able to hop in a car and people stare at you. I don't know if that's narcissistic at all. Maybe just a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a blast. Coming to a stop, and we're shifting down with the little rev match there. And we're good. I don't think I'll ever get bored with paddle shifters. They're just really fun. It says suspension. Sport mode on, exclamation mark. That's awesome. So we're getting on the highway, sport mode, and we're gonna go for it. That's a good time. Fourth gear into fifth. Get you going pretty quick. We did change the suspension mode, so if you see the camera shake just a tad, you know it's stiffened up a little bit. It actually does work. I can definitely feel that as you drive. That's really exciting and exhilarating, all in all. Pretty awesome feeling. Real quick, we're at a red light. When you go to downshift, it'll rev match. And I think that's a key thing to have in a car like this, because you always want to maintain RPMs. And when you're theoretically racing, because it is, I want to say, a race car, it's just going to be there for you. The power will always be there since it does do the rev match. Another thing I noticed, as I came to a stop, I forgot to hit the downshift button. The car did it itself. It didn't jolt, it didn't jerk, it just real smoothly shifted on its own, and I think that is the design of the car. It's just fun. You got to enjoy life, and why not do it in a really cool car with a bright orange wrap on it and some really sick wheels. Now we're back into automatic, so we're just in A, but we have pressed the sport mode button. And the sport mode in A, it just maintains high RPMs. So it's, whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's very aggressive. That's fun. Oh man, I think that's even better than the paddle shifters. That's the trouble button. That's the trouble button. We better get rid of that. That's gonna do nothing but get you in trouble right there. Wow. So 3 different driving modes. 1, throw it in automatic and just have fun and go. 2, put it into manual, and you can shift with the handle, the shifter. I don't know why I said handle. Or you can shift with the paddle shifters. Option 3, stick it in automatic, hit that sport button, and it's going to be insane. So that was really, really fun. But that's going to do it, guys. That's the review for the 2008 Audi R8. So big shout out to my buddy Justin, who also has a cool car himself that I will be reviewing soon. He's got a 2012 Mustang GT with the Roush blower on it, soon to be tuned by HPP, and this is his dad's car. So super huge thanks to your dad, Justin. Super huge thanks to Justin for setting everything up, driving out to see me, and letting me video his car and taking his time to let me do all that. So once again, this is Sean or Mustang 09, and you guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next car review. Take it easy.